If you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Whoa. That's in the Gospel of John. Jesus repeatedly makes divine claims for himself. And here's a striking factoid. He never does so in Matthew, Mark, or Luke.
Okay, this final question.
Yeah. My question is about the charge of blasphemy in Mark, in particular in Mark 14. And it's for Dr. Ehrman, but I'd like to hear what both of you think. So I thought I heard you saying that Jesus doesn't claim to be divine in the earlier Gospels, in particular in the Gospel of Mark. And yet we were just looking at the account of the trial before Caiaphas, where Caiaphas asked him, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed?" He says, "I am, and you'll see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and come in the clouds of glory." And then they charge him with blasphemy. He's quoting there Psalm 110 and Daniel 7. So my question is, I just want to be clear. Is Jesus claiming to be divine there? If he's not, then why do they charge him with blasphemy in the context of a question about his identity?
Yeah.
And second, why does he quote Psalm 110 in Mark? I'm sorry, well, this is part of the same question because it ties into preexistence. In Mark 12 and Mark 14, he quotes Psalm 110, which is the one psalm in the Old Testament that says, "Before the day star I have begotten you." So isn't implicit preexistence there? So two questions in one, I hope. Sorry. My main question is he making a divine claim there? And if not, why the blasphemy charge?
Well, no, it's a complicated question, and it really would take, for a detailed exegesis, it obviously take a very long time to do. I think it's one of the more confusing passages in the Gospel of Mark, because technically speaking, Jesus does not commit a blasphemy. The chief priest asked him, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed?" And Jesus says, "I am." Now, that's not a blasphemy. He's saying, yes, I am the Messiah. There's no blasphemy claiming to be the Messiah. Messiah is just the future king of Israel. And so that's not a blasphemy. And then he says, "You will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven." So that's not a blasphemy. That's just referring to Daniel, that you're going to see what Daniel predicted in Daniel chapter 7, verses 13 and 14. But then they cry out, blasphemy. So what's the blasphemy? So there are a number of theories about this. One theory that I don't accept is that when Jesus says, "I am," he's claiming the divine name for himself. I don't think so, because the word "I am" simply means yes. Are you the Messiah? Yes. I am the Messiah. It's not claiming the divine name. It's just how you say yes. So then, if that's not the blasphemy, what is the blasphemy? I think you have to understand that for Mark himself, the author of this gospel, Jesus is the Son of Man. Jesus is coming back in glory. Jesus has been exalted to the right hand of God, and he's coming back as the judge of the earth. It's not that some anonymous Son of Man is coming. Jesus is coming. Mark thinks that's what Jesus is. So when Jesus says, "You will see the Son of Man," Mark requires you to think Jesus is the Son of Man. The high priest knows that he thinks that, and so the high priest thinks he's claiming to be the Son of Man, and so he calls out blasphemy. So is it a divine claim? Well, yeah, kind of. It is, yeah, kind of. But it's not like Jesus saying, "I and the Father are one." Sorry, I'm out of time. Pardon me? Yes, of course it's the invention of Mark. It's the invention of Mark. Yeah. Yeah, it's not this. Look, we don't know. There's no way we know what happened at the trial of Jesus before Caiaphas. This is Mark's account. So I'm talking about the historical Jesus. We don't know what happened at the trial before Caiaphas. How would we know that? Jesus would have known. I'm stopping now.
He never does so in Matthew, Mark, or Luke.
So is it a divine claim? Well, yeah, kind of. It is, yeah, kind of. But it's not like Jesus saying, "I and the Father are one." Sorry, I'm out of time.